It's a good place, man. Miami's a lot of fun. The people can be douchebags half the time.
Oh.
I'm going to start it off now. So, you know what, guys? Welcome, everybody, to Shut Up, Let's Talk, Episode 12. My name is Alazar. Joined along here with John of the One Track Gamers podcast, the host.
Woo! Game on.
With the most... Game on, man. Well, we're not just gamers. We're One Track gamers.
Yes, exactly.
And I wanted to ask you... Okay, I wanted to ask you, where did the One Track name come from?
So the One Track name came from my original name. Back when I was playing Counter-Strike, like back in high school, I was trying to think of a name, and I couldn't think of anything. At the time, it was going to originally be One Track Mind, but it became punk because I listened to like punk music back in the day. And
The Used, I know you like The Used.
Oh yeah. And I kept I listened to the same songs over and over and over, so it became One Track Punk. So it's the same track over and over, and I just stuck with it. Yep.
And then that trickled into the One Track Gamer Show, and you also do the show with Corey and Amanda.
Yes, sure do.
Let me just say that first off the bat, I am a regular listener of the show, so for you guys, I would highly recommend the podcast because it is very, very funny, and I like the chemistry between you guys. That is the funniest thing. I really enjoy. It's funny seeing the little insider jokes over time. You know, the fact that Amanda does not like being called Princess Peach. She doesn't like. She's not a fan of pink things in general. That's just it's very, very funny. And I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at cock Molotovs, by the way.
Yes.
She meant to say Molotov cocktails, but it got switched up.
Yes. It's just friendly chats.
It is, man. It is, and that's the best part about it. You know, with my show, I actually just started the show a few months ago. I used to do another podcast called the Beer Owl podcast. It was about craft beer, and I was really into craft beer last year. Then I got really fat, and I said, it was just it was too much beer, too much food. And it was no good. So I just and after a while, honestly, I was into craft beer, but I realized that I do not like the science of it. You know, like I'm not really interested in new brewing techniques. I like the trading card, like the Pokemon card aspect of craft beer, where you just have different ones and people trade them, and some are rare. You know, you get some from different parts. I like that aspect of the craft beer. But anyway, but you were based out of Las Vegas.
Yes.
Viva Las Vegas, man. And how is Vegas? Well, I'm based out of Miami, so we're in two different hotspots of this country. So, what is the Vegas life like for you, man? I mean, are you a gambling man?
No. Actually, Vegas is an okay place. It's an okay place if you don't I don't even do much in the strip like that. That's a tourist aspect of Vegas. I live far away from the strip where all the casinos are, so I don't really go much, and I don't even gamble because I'm not lucky.
I'm not a gambling guy.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's just regular.
And you know what? The first time I will say though, the first time I ever used a slot machine, and the first and last time I ever used a slot machine, I got $30 out of it.
Oh, okay.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So but I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop while I'm early. So it was cool. It's a good place, man. Miami's a lot of fun. The people can be douchebags half the time.
Oh.
And because they are. It happens.
That's people in general. People in general like that.
Yeah. People in general are definitely like that, but Miami, I feel like Miami gets a spotlight, man. Like it's amazing to see within Miami how many people share links about how terrible Miami is. They love doing that, but it's kind of like they're proud of how, of how aggressive the attitude of the people here is. It's a very cutthroat environment. I will admit that. If you're gonna drive, you better have good insurance or an SUV, which most people do.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's pretty bad driving here. I've seen it on so many top 5 lists of like the worst traffic.
Oh.
But yeah, whatever. Anyway, so you know what? Podcasting, man. How long have you been podcasting? Like, what got you into that?
Podcasting, we've been almost. It'll be 2 years in December. And the reason why I started podcasting is I listened to a bunch of podcasts for a while now, and Kevin Smith and Game Over Greg Miller from IGN.
Oh yeah.
Yep, those are my
kind of funny.
2 main influences for podcasting. And I wanted to talk about something that I was passionate about, which is video games. And my friend Corey is a big gamer, more gamer than I am. So we just, it's basically just an excuse every week to talk about video games.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, you know what's funny? It's amazing how many friends I know that wish they could do podcasting, and I tell them it's really not that difficult. You know,
yeah. It's just having a chat. Yeah.
And honestly, you could but it's amazing how people think it's like this really difficult feat to get together a podcast. Honestly, I tell people they can just take their phones and record themselves on sound recorder and just put the files over each other and just work it out that way. Like, it's really not that hard. And I've done that type of stuff before I bought mics and did all this stuff.
Same here. That's how we started.
Yeah, and I see you've got your yellow pop filter,
yep.
the infamous yellow pop filter, the infamous tip.
Yes.
It is the tip. I'm sorry, man. I feel like I'm like throwing out all these like insider jokes from the podcast, but it's funny, guys. Check it out. These are reasons to listen to the show, and I do notice you guys like RPG games a lot.
Oh yeah.
You guys talk about RPGs a lot, which is not a bad thing. That's Final Fantasy. It should be like the Final Fantasy podcast. Like you guys need to have like a separate podcast just for Final Fantasy, because you guys can talk about it. You guys play the games.
Oh yeah,
and that's awesome.
Yeah, mostly Corey and Amanda do. I generally speak from memory because I don't play RPGs that much anymore. I'm not much into RPGs anymore. More type of the action type games now. But
same here.
Yeah, that's mostly their bag of tea.
That's their forte.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you playing right now? What's currently taking up all your time? Well, I think school is.
Yeah, that's what's taking my time. Schoolwork and building stuff for like artwork. I've already posted up my latest project is some like a little small room, the 3D render, and that's taking up most of my time.
I'm gonna take a look at that and put a picture of that over that when you what we're talking about, but. And 3D modeling, man, you know what? A long time ago when I was about 15, maybe 16 or something like that, I was, on my old HP computer, I downloaded ZBrush, and I tried to use ZBrush.
Man.
And it was, it was pretty difficult. It wasn't difficult. If you look up tutorials, if you look at my YouTube favorites, half of them are all tutorials.
That's nice, nice.
I mean, hey, you got to save them, man. But
yep.
ZBrush was amazing. What are you using for your 3D software?
I started off with Autodesk Maya, but now I'm trying to learn 3ds Max.
Nice. Those are all the difficult ones.
Oh yeah, ZBrush is difficult already. So I mean,
is it? I mean, I feel like ZBrush was like a video game compared to the other two.
Well, they're all pretty. It's just there's a learning curve for each program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I would look up tutorials, I mean, I feel like maybe I just needed a good starting point, because I always tell people if you're going to learn a program, I figured just look up specifically what you want to do. Don't just look up beginner tutorial, because sometimes they throw so much stuff at you that you don't know you don't know where to begin, and that is the hardest part in anything. So. But anyway, video game world. What are you playing? We never even got to that. What do you?
The last thing I played was BioShock, and that was like 10 minutes worth. Before that, my biggest game that I played was probably Uncharted, way back in May. My God.
Oh damn.
In May, jeez.
That is a few months ago. Damn. Well, in video game world, that is like an eternity, isn't it?
Yeah. But I just don't have any money to play the new games. Like, there's a lot of new games that are coming out, like Mafia 3. I heard that's an okay game, but I still kind of want to play it.
You know what's funny? I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about the same thing. They were like, "Oh, you should get a Grand Theft 5," and I was like, how much is it on Steam? They were like, it should be like $40. I was like, you know what? That's not a lot of money, but I don't want to spend that right now.
Oh yeah, there's priorities.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I just bought Shadow Blade on Steam the other day, and it's this 2D side-scrolling kind of. It kind of reminds me of Shinobi on the PS2.
Okay.
Except it's side-scrolling and it's 2D, so it's pretty cool. But and that was like $5, so I was like, all right, I'm down.
Nice, yeah.
What'd you say you played? You played Uncharted.
Yep.
Which one?
The latest one, Uncharted 4, the one on PS4.
Oh yeah. And how was that? I don't have any consoles. I mostly play PC right now.
Oh man, that's probably the game to get for console if you have a PS4. That is. But yeah, if you're like into like some cinematic action type games, that's the perfect example. Like you've played Tomb Raider, right?
I have played.
Yeah, it's basically that. I mean, like, but I mean, they're both phenomenal games.
Bigger scale type of thing.
It's. Oh man.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake, the hunky, dreamy, dishy dreamboat.
Oh yeah. I agree.
He is the Nick Lachey of of third person games.
Yes.
But anyway. And that's a 98-degree reference for all you little kids out there that are watching and have no idea who Nick Lachey is. Having trouble trying to Google image his last name. But anyway, what have I been playing? God, I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. Too much Rocket League.
Oh yeah, I've seen like you posting a lot of videos on that.
I can't help it, man. It's just too much Rocket League. It's too much fun. You know what? I think the problem is, it's not a problem, but I played the first like 100 hours of Rocket League by myself, and then these last few hours or so, I finally got like an online crew, people that I talk to online.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So now it's just the game is different. Now I actually have like this cooperative element to the game. So it's the game is too much fun. And you know what? They started adding those crates. God, they added crates, and now I'm spending money on Rocket League. Damn it!
They already have like so much money, and they're making even more money now.
I can't. They just. But you know what? They do it in such a way where like you don't feel bad. Like you don't feel bad that they're offering it to you. You feel bad buying it. You feel bad buying it. But I don't feel like they're being greedy about it. Everything is optional in the game. Nothing really makes a big difference. The only thing that I don't like is that you get certain cars in those crates, which kind of bothers me. Certain cars that you can't buy, you get them through the crates, and that's kind of annoying.
Okay.
And and they're like upgraded versions of the cars that they already have.
Oh.
So they have like one called Breakout, which is like the old school 80s Lamborghini look, and now they have one called the Breakout S type, which is like the newer Lamborghini.
Okay.
But what is your favorite car to use in Rocket League if you play it that much?
Man, the first time I played it, it was a basic original box car.
The original car? Oh my God.
It's been a while since I played. But I've always just stuck with the default.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what I've always wanted? Are you familiar with the toy company NECA?
No.
NECA toys. They make really, really detailed figures, and they'll do like, for example, they did a toy based on the Nintendo Batman game, and it was basically Michael Keaton Batman, but they colored him purple and blue just like he was in the NES version. So they do like really cool figures like that. I was trying to reach out to them or some toy maker. They need to make Rocket League cars, damn it. We need excuse me, we need like die-cast Rocket League cars that if you could like pay to customize them the way that you want it, I would love that. I would just love like a model of the car that I love to play as,
Okay. You can just
I think that'd be really cool.
Make a Lego version of it. And then customize
that would be kind of cool too. Well, yeah, you know what? Some geeks out here right now are probably like, dude, 3D printer, bro. 3D printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna 3D print them. Well, Psyonix has enough money, right?
Yep,
They don't.
Yeah. We're gonna start our own business.
We're gonna start our own 3D printing car die-cast business. One-track car die-cast models. Exactly. Shut up, let's one track. Exactly.
Shut up, let's one track.
Yes. I love it, man. The name for my show, honestly, I was just kind of running off names randomly. I was just thinking of anything that came to my mind, and I kind of like Shut Up, Let's Talk just because it's like two opposite things. It's like telling one person to be quiet and then telling them to talk right again. It's kind of doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of just. The beer thing, it's funny because with the beer podcast, it wasn't really about beer. Like, we would honestly just talk about video games and food and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Half the time, we talked about fast food half the time. But we're like, yeah, man, Wendy's got that 4 for $4 deal. It's unbelievable. and we're still talking about it. You know, Halloween is coming up, John. What do you have lined up for Halloween? Are you guys doing anything special for the podcast or anything?
No, nothing special. As for me personally, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah,
No.
I'm probably not gonna end up falling asleep. Honestly, I don't even know what day it lands on. I have not planned anything.
Yeah, I pretty much just wing it pretty much most of the time.
What's your favorite Halloween memory? What's your costume that you've worn, or party that you went to, or a thing that happened?
Well, Halloween, like back, I don't know, when I was in high school, Halloween was just me hanging out with the cousins, and because it's my cousin's son's birthday is Halloween, so we just go around and go trick or treating with them. That's probably the most. And the last time I actually dressed up for Halloween that I can remember, when I was a kid, I dressed up as Genie from Aladdin.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing. Do you have? Oh my god! Does a picture exist?
It does. It does exist.
Can you? Are you willing to make that public?
If I find it, I'll definitely send it over because I can't.
Oh my god!
I think my mom has that picture. And
please bother her for days and hours for that. Email her, spam her for it, please.
But yeah, I'll definitely get that for you whenever I do find it, because I know what.
Genie from Aladdin. Did you do the voice while you you were doing it?
I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. I'm not a good impressionist for Robin Williams, so I can't.
You know, in first grade, I dressed up as Batman.
Oh.
And obviously, if you can't tell, this is the Brown Boy podcast right now. But you know, I was in first grade and I was Batman. Okay, and underneath this cowl is my brown baby fat face. And I was on my school bus. Okay, I got right onto my bus. I'm super proud that I got this dope Batman costume on. And this girl just looks at me and says, "You're not Batman."
Aww.
I was like, I know I'm not Batman, you idiot. Like, what are you? Why are you? Like, are you Snow White? Like, what the hell? Like, what? It was, and I never forgot that. So I have no idea what that girl is doing now. But I hope she's not shattering anybody else's dreams of being the Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah. Just be like, hey, Batman got a tan.
Batman hit up the beat. We live in Miami. Hello. God. And the this beauty mark right here. Don't worry about that. But I think I do have a picture of. Actually, it's on my bulletin board right over there. But it is a picture of me. I think I'm like 7 or 8 years old, and I'm a ninja with aviator sunglasses on,
nice,
and a big samurai sword and white sneakers.
Oh, wow.
Bright white sneakers.
That totally matches.
The stealthiest thing in the world.
But then you're sneaky. You get like the sound. It's so very.
Yeah. And I think there are actually those type of sneakers that have like the interchangeable pictures that you could like take in and out on the side, like the superhero ones.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were like I had these pair of shoes, like these Marvel shoes when I was a kid, and you could take out. They had like the little side had like a little. It looks kind of like your wallet where you put your ID into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had like a little side thing on the shoe for that, and so you could switch it out for like Thor, or Spider-Man, or Iron Man. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the Wolverines on quite often.
Oh, cool. Yeah, need that.
Anyway, tangents. You see, this is what coffee does. Okay, when you start drinking coffee, you start talking about strange stuff, guys. It's the Halloween special, okay? And, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for Halloween, man. I have nothing planned. If anything, for the show, I'm going to try to do some scary playthroughs.
Oh, okay.
Some scary games. I want to do... Have you played first-person Pac-Man?
What?
Oh, my God, John. You need to play FPS Pac-Man. It is the scariest. You will probably shit yourself.
Oh, I'm just imagining it. I can just running, getting those pellets, and then all of a sudden, out of the corner, a ghost appears.
That is a scary, and the ghosts are humongous, and you never know where they're going to come from. So it's like, and you have to turn around, and as soon as you turn around and you see an opening, there might be another ghost there.
Yep.
It is the scariest thing.
I can already imagine.
And, I just wonder who was brilliant enough to come up with the idea. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else am I playing? I was playing, I'm in my little Rocket League mode right now. Before that, I actually retouched Skyrim, and I was playing Skyrim again for a bit. Because the first time I played it, I did it all wrong. I think I did it all wrong because
there's no wrong way to play that.
Dude, I didn't do any of the smithing.
Unless
I
you play
didn't do
me.
any. I mean, dude, I did no smithing, and I'm like a heavy armor guy, so I'm like a two-handed sword kind of guy, you know. So to not do any smithing and upgrade your armor, I was using steel-plated armor for most of that playthrough, for like the first 100 hours of that game. Which was just stupid. But I'm sure if Corey ever listens to this, he's just gonna be crying while he listens to that.
No, he just cries on when I play, because when I play, I don't. There's no rules. I mean, the first thing I did was kill the person who was leading me out of the cave, and that's it.
Oh, nice.
So like, there's no those I'm sorry, the Skyrim and like Fallout. There's no limits to what I do. I just have fun with it, and I kill my teammates and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. You know, I need to play games like that. I need to start breaking games, because I think I follow the path too much, you know? Like, I really wanted to see... I let Skyrim play me. I need to play Skyrim.
I don't know, because those are not my types of game. I just have fun with what I'm given, and then if I'm bored, then I'm bored. I don't play it anymore.
Yeah. You ever get a chance to play Sleeping Dogs? Did you like that?
No. The only time I played it was when I was on Xbox 360, and I played like probably an hour of it.
Oh, okay. It's not a very long game. I thought that was and the reason I brought that game up randomly is because I'm also playing that again, because I really like that game, and it's got some complaints. I do want a sequel with some improved stuff, you know, but I really love the car controls. I like the story. I like that it was supposed to be like a Jackie Chan type movie, like a Jet Li movie.
Yeah.
You know, that was kind of the whole point. It was, you know, people are like, oh, the city was so small and you couldn't do too much, and that's not really what it was about. You know, it was like a cop. He's like an undercover cop movie.
Yeah.
So, and anyway, but that was a good one. What else, man? As far as the podcast goes, you know, but you're doing the Extra Life fundraiser. Or you're thinking about it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm still not. I haven't decided yet, but when I do have time, I probably will have to make time for it. That way I can have an excuse just to play games. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what? For anybody that does not know what the Extra Life Foundation or Extra Life Fundraiser, whatever they call that, look it up, Extra Life, on Google. It is where streamers all over the world stream for 24 hours. They play games, and people can donate to a cause, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know. But anyway, you're thinking about doing it. You're going to do it November 5th, I believe. That's your projecting.
That's what I was thinking. And if I were to do the Extra Life thing, I'd probably be joining the team Kind of Funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that way, like, I don't know, just joining a cause is just pretty much fun as it is.
Yeah, completely. No, and it's fun. I mean, come on, to be able to play video games for a cause and to be able to actually help, like that's fun. And,
yeah.
And trust me, if I could take 24 hours to just play games, I would take the opportunity. You know.
Yep.
But it's actually a day before my birthday. My birthday's on the 6th.
Oh, cool, nice.
Yeah, and I think that actually lands on daylight savings time. I believe daylight savings time is that weekend.
Oh, wow. So then I just like can boost an extra hour.
Yeah, so 25 hours.
Damn.
Oh my god, 25-hour day. And you know, actually a few years ago, it was daylight savings time on my birthday, and everybody wished me happy birthday at 12, and then the clock went back, and then we all did it all over again. It was amazing.
Nice.
It was wonderful, yeah. Got twice as drunk.
Nice. Oh,
but anyway. Yeah, Extra Life Foundation. You know, what do you think you're going to be playing for that? Anything you got lined up for that?
No.
Specifically?
Not
24 hours is a lot of games.
That is a lot of games. I'll probably be jumping around a lot.
Are Corey and Amanda going to join you?
They said they'd like to. I mean, I think Corey said that he had like overtime that he might have to do, but I told him on the podcast that whenever he has time, he can just join in, and then we can just play whatever.
That's awesome. That would be awesome, man. I would love to see you guys do some multiplayer stuff. You guys should do like DDR.
Oh, no, that's for a view. That's a future video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys got to bring out the DDR pads and stuff, or at least Guitar Hero or something like that. You got to do some. You guys should do some sort of like multiplayer type of dealy. That'd be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like any of those kind of games? Those peripheral games?
Oh hell yeah! DDR was mine and Corey's main thing back in high school. Well, there was an arcade near our high school, and after school every day, pretty much just go to the arcade, play DDR for like so many times.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, we had the same thing. Growing up, our local movie theater in that little area was like a big meetup spot. Like hundreds of kids would go there every weekend, and it'd be a lot of kids. And they had a DDR machine in the theater, so there was always a big crowd around the DDR machine. A lot of my good friends were just, you know, the ones that would play the game backwards or, you know, with their eyes closed or some stuff like that. It was the people always doing some sort of tricks.
Yeah.
I remember the couples would always hold hands while they play.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
No, that's not how you play.
That's not how you DDR. Oh my. DDR bass. I remember that.
Oh man.
But yeah, good memories. You know what? I remember Stepmania. You remember when people started playing that on the computer?
Yep. I was a part of that too.
Part of the Stepmania movement.
Yep.
Oh, those are memories. Good old times. Cheers to that.
Exactly. And then you get to like upload your own songs to it, and then make your own steps to that too.
Oh my god! Did you ever go to Newgrounds? Did you ever visit Newgrounds back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun place, man. Too many dating sims and what are those puzzle take your dress off type of games?
Oh yeah.
But that was a great website, man. There was a lot of amazing original stuff going on there. Like that was YouTube, you know, before that was like interactive YouTube.
That pretty much was, yeah, because then there's just a bunch of animations that people can upload, and
and
it's different now.
You know what? Looking back at it, it's probably really not appropriate at all nowadays. But did you ever watch Retarded Animal Babies on Newgrounds?
I don't think I have. No.
I just hate saying the name. Retarded Animal Babies. It was basically a parody of Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's like a little flash cartoon, and they do some weird things. And it's very dark and very gory. But yeah, check that out at some point. Check out episode 5. That's the first one I watched.
I'll check that. Yeah, I'll check that out.
It's pretty weird. Yeah, if you're a fan of Newgrounds back in the day, it'll bring you back.
Yeah.
To a simpler time. You know what? I remember my. What is your scariest video game memory? We're hip hopping around topics, but you know what? We're having fun. Okay. Yeah. What is your scariest video game memory on the Halloween train?
Okay.
On
yes.
that train, right?
My first scary game would probably have to be the most cheesiest game now. Considered now would be the original Resident Evil game.
Oh
yeah, back then that game was scary.
Hey, those controls are pretty scary. Those tank controls.
I like those controls. I don't know why people hating on that, but I like them.
Oh my god. Hey, I played Onimusha, so I can appreciate those controls. You know?
Yeah.
But Resident Evil, the first one, I didn't even play that one. I've never played it.
No, yeah, I was like in beginning high school, probably freshman. No, I was still in junior high school. Just seeing that first zombie turn around and just like walking straight towards you, I was like, oh my god, what the hell?
I mean, I could imagine, dude. I mean, you know what? Things were scarier back then, you know?
Yeah.
Because they weren't so detailed, you know?
Yeah.
There was more to the imagination.
Mm-hmm. And I was like,
we really didn't.
How it was. That's the most. Back then, that was the graphics. Just polygons. Nowadays, it's just
the premier cutting edge graphics. Yeah, nowadays we look at those type of things and it's just, you know, it's almost laughable. We laugh at it now, but back then, you know what? Kids shat themselves, I'm sure. Parents must have been pissed. But, hey, you know, the first Resident Evil, man, I remember playing Resident Evil 4 on the PS2 and just thinking that was pretty scary in itself, you know, just the different type of controls. I appreciated the new controls, honestly. I thought they were really, wow, like this, it was interesting how they made the game so different, yet it still felt like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
With number 4. And, yeah. And I played the PS2 version, which is not the best looking version at all. The GameCube one looked great.
Yeah, that's true. Like the GameCube one was it first came out on the GameCube. It was supposed to be an exclusive back then, but then all of a sudden,
I didn't know that.
Came out on everything.
I had no idea about that, actually. You learned something today, guys. Exclusive. Oh God. What's a game coming out that you're really excited for? What's on your list? What's on your radar?
The game that I was excited for to come out this year was actually supposed to be South Park, but that got delayed until I don't know, January or sometime in February. I don't know, Q1 I think it was what it said.
Stick of Truth 2? What is it called?
I think it's the Fractured Butthole.
Of course it is.
Yes. Yes.
Good job. Matt and Trey.
They're so smart
Well
with their comedy. Like, I'm a big South Park fan, and their first game was probably my favorite, one of my top favorites. I do recommend checking that out because it's a trickle down RPG, which is just anybody can play this easy version of an RPG, and the writing in there was just phenomenal. It just made me laugh so many times.
Oh, I love it. That sounds funny. Did you hear about the little controversy in the new game? There's like a little controversy involving child porn.
I didn't hear about that.
Let me get my facts right. So give or take a couple of things, but I believe in the new game there's like a demo out or something like that, and in this demo or somewhere in the game itself, you can unlock some strange thing that has pictures of basically children having sex with like full-grown people.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's really weird, and it's like, and apparently it's not in some strange satirical way. It's just like that's the joke. That this is the thing. It's outrageous, and the problem with that, well, besides it itself, is the problem with that is that in the UK, if you have anything even drawn to be like child porn, it can be considered authentic child pornography. So you're basically planting something illegal on an entire location. You know, so that's kind of that was a strange little thing. So I wonder whatever became of that. I did hear about that.
I wouldn't put it past them because they do put a lot of controversial stuff in their content. And they actually something happened like that in the first game, the Stick of Truth, where in Australia they censored.
I was about to say the Dick of Truth. I was like, whoa.
Oh, no, yeah, the Stick of Truth. I wouldn't be surprised if they named it that too.
The Dick of Truth.
But yeah, and then in Australia,
Dick Cheney.
What?
Yeah, Australia handles their games so strange. I remember with not Dead Rising. Was it Dead Rising?
Probably.
No. What's that? Yeah, Dead Rising. They had like such a so many controversies over that game. What was that game? Riptide, the one with the first-person game.
Dead
where
Island?
you're on an island.
Dead Island.
Yep. That was the one. Yeah, there were so many strange controversies about that game, but everybody forgot about that game. It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, and I never played it, but I heard it was really difficult. South Park, Stick of Truth 2. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I want to play Monster Hunter, man. Have you played that?
I played a little on the PSP.
Oh, I love the PSP. Oh, good memories. Good memories. I wish Sony cared. I wish Sony cared as much as everybody else did.
I know, like there's still a fan base for the Vita, and it's just no support. No support.
Listen,
at all.
The fact that the Vita even exists anymore is just like a mystery to me. I feel like the Vita is like the middle child, you know, that just never gets any attention.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful little thing.
It
is.
Know,
I know that for the new models they changed up the screen, which kind of sucks.
I got the new model, not the original one, but it's fine with me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. No, because I know, because I've heard that the original screen was supposed to be superior or something like that.
It is.
I mean, I gotta see it for myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could still be fine. I mean, you know, I just love the PSP for what it was back in the day because I didn't really have an iPod or anything like that. So I used to put music onto that thing. And
yeah.
I make music. So for me, I used to make songs and then put them on the PSP. And then every time we'd be hanging out with our friends and stuff, you know, I'd just be putting on the new tunes and letting everybody check them out. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, and even with all my graphic design, I put all the pictures on there so I'd show people. It was like my little creative portfolio at PSP.
Nice.
I love that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I loved it. And they had awesome games. My brother actually got it for me as a gift, and he gave me a crap ton of games and movies.
Nice.
I remember having Dave Chappelle stand up on that thing.
I know that little small UMD thing.
Oh my god! This so strange. I mean, it's like it was a disc, but then they put it in this strange cartridge-looking case that you're supposed to load up this like whole cartridge disc. It was so disc combo, unbelievable. You know who? And you know what? And now I can't figure out what to do. I don't know. I don't even have the shelf space to put those PSP games anymore. I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Because well, you know. So that is technology. Sometimes you see things come and go. It's like photography. You know, you look at people, old and new. But I did like that game a lot though. I've had God of War on the PSP. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, same here.
Chains of Olympus, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think so. There
Yeah,
was two of them. I can't remember what the other one was.
I had Portable Ops, which was a good time.
Oh, Portable Ops. I remember that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
I tried to play Metal Gear Acid. Oh, there. Oh, you got it right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got the Ghost of Sparta is the one.
Oh, that's the one that I had. I remember that cover. Yes, that's the one. Chains of Olympus was after, I think.
I think Ghost of Sparta was the one after. Chains of Olympus was the one before.
Before that, I can't freaking remember. But it was an awesome time. And it felt like the console games too, which was the cool part. You know, that's what I loved about that little thing. It felt so powerful. And I never hacked mine, you know that? I was too afraid to brick it.
Oh, I think I probably tried to hack mine to play like emulator stuff.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you know.
I probably changed it back because I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to play the new games because it requires like updating firmware, and like I can't play my game. Okay, going back to
peace. Yeah. I'll just bust out the Super Nintendo. Yep. It's fine. Yeah, God. I've recently been looking. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I do have a Super Nintendo right back there. Mm-hmm. That's actually the one that I had when I was a kid.
Oh,
the
wow.
same one I've had since I was like 5 years old.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah, my mom would whoop my ass if I didn't take care of this thing.
Oh no.
So yeah, but in a good way. I'm glad she did, because you know, because now everybody that I know looks at this thing and they cry because they're like, man, I broke mine or blah blah blah. I was like, well, if your mom bugged you to take care of it. I've been looking up N64s in the box on eBay, and I've seen some really good ones for $150.
Oh wow, that's a good price.
Very good price.
Yeah.
And amazing box condition, because I need the one specifically that came with the Atomic Purple controller. That's the box I had.
Oh.
So I refused to get just the regular console.
Yeah.
But yeah, and a friend of mine just gave me a copy of Pokemon Snap the other day.
Oh man, that game.
Yeah, he just let me have it. He was like, "Here you go, man." I was like, "Oh, I need to get the N64."
Yep.
Maybe this Christmas. But anyway, man, any good retro game memories? Any one that sticks out?
No. I mean, like the last time I played anything retro, I can't even think of anything.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of it too. I was playing Aladdin on the Super Nintendo because that's a game I play pretty often.
Yeah,
I just like it.
I remember playing the one on
one.
the Sega Genesis, and I remember that the Sega Genesis one and the Super Nintendo one, they're completely different.
They're completely different. Made by two completely different studios, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe no. I might be wrong. I think they might have been made by the same studio actually, because excuse me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it's I think Double Fine or some game developer studio does a game dev kind of sort of podcast, and they actually spoke with one of the creators of the Lion King and the Aladdin game from the Super Nintendo and Genesis version. And he plays the game for about an hour. He plays them both, and then he talks about kind of like the development. And he was saying that it was a pretty crazy little thing, and it was a very, very small team. They were working directly with the animators, and for the Genesis version, they worked directly with those animators to get like the animations just right. So it's a cool story.
Oh.
But the Genesis version was really cool and more difficult.
Yeah.
Much more.
Yeah, I remember the carpet trying to exit the Cave of Wonders.
Oh, God.
My God, I can't even...
That level was always...
Jeez, I can't even...
Yeah, my controllers definitely got beat up for that one.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, that was a good game. The Capcom one was really good. I remember... here's a cool emulator story, I guess. I remember in high school, I used to have a little graphic design class. And the thing was, I was already doing all that stuff at home, so for me, I didn't really, they were just kind of repeating stuff to me at that point, which, props to them. But and I was friends with the teacher, so a lot of it was just kind of like a bullshit for about an hour type of class. I had brought my Logitech USB controller with me, and I brought a USB drive, and I actually installed this emulator and the ROM onto one of the computers and just started playing Aladdin on the Super Nintendo on this Mac, and I beat the game in about 30 minutes, and everybody was just watching me play this game in the entire class. I just remember this strange memory. I don't know why I can't forget that. It was a lot of fun, and they were all. Eventually, I beat Jafar at the end, and the whole class was like, yes. It was amazing. That was a good time.
It's a good memory.
That was high school. Should have been learning, but I was there playing Super Nintendo games. Sorry, Nintendo. We love you.
Actually, that brings up for me. I guess it would be retro now. For me and Corey, during our lunchtime, we had this art teacher who let us play the N64 during our lunch period.
Oh.
Yeah, so every lunch period, we would either play Mario Kart or Mario Party. And that was probably like
amazing.
The most fun in high school, just playing those games with Corey and our other group of friends.
That sounds like an amazing memory, and what a cool teacher to let that happen.
Yeah, and he told us, like, don't tell anybody. This is down low.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Did he ever play with you guys, or he just let you guys do your thing?
He played probably a game or two, but he was mostly grading or doing other teacher stuff.
Doing other work.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Because I guess he knew that you guys were, you guys just wanted to play your games, have fun, do your thing, and now you guys are podcasting and talking about it. And oh man, it's interesting to see where life goes.
It does, yeah.
Isn't it, man? Oh God, did you ever think you'd be podcasting when you were younger? Did you ever like radio or do anything like that? Like, did you ever want to?
No, that's the weirdest thing. Like, it's ever since high school, I knew that I wanted to make video games, but never podcasting. That just came out of nowhere.
That's awesome. Wow, man. I mean, for me, like, I never really necessarily I always liked talk shows. I really loved watching Conan, and I was watching Howard Stern when I was like 6, which I should not have been doing. But whatever, that's fine. It happened. Yeah, whatever. It was late night TV. I had a TV in my room. Parents, don't put a TV in your kid's room if you don't want them to watch weird shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, and that was the 90s, so they didn't care as much.
No.
Watching a lot of Howard Stern, and I really just like the concept of radio, being able to talk about what you want. And I really liked Howard Stern in particular, only because he was so unfiltered and he talked about whatever he wanted. So I thought that was really cool. And I don't know. So that, I mean, growing up, I always figured it'd be cool to do radio one day. And then I realized after I started listening to podcasts, I was like, wow, this is not that hard to do.
No.
And yeah, I mean, not to take away from people that put in work and everything, but it's not that hard to put together, is what I'm trying to say. As far as the equipment, making the show good is the hard part. Yeah,
exactly.
So, yeah. But you know what? And we're gonna ask a couple more questions, and then we're gonna wrap up the episode. It's been an awesome time having you on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know what? I do want to ask, what do you have lined up for your podcast, the One Track Gamers? What do you have lined up for the show? Coming up. As far as like anything for the future, anything that you guys want to do specifically, any new video series you're thinking about, or anything like that, or whatever.
At the moment, nothing new, but I do have some ideas that I want to do, but there's just down low stuff. I can't.
Down low. I totally feel that, man. I know. I feel that one. I
eventually want to have our audio podcast become a video podcast as well.
Right.
So that's something that I've been thinking in the future, that I want to just have it as a video as well. And
that'd be awesome.
Make a small studio or something like that.
Yo, that'd be amazing, man. I would love to see you guys as a video podcast, because I noticed in the show there's a lot of cues to things that you guys are doing, and sometimes I wish I could just see the looks on you guys' faces. Sometimes it makes it funny.
Yeah.
But not being able to see it makes it even funnier, I guess, in a way,
You have to think about it.
Yeah, but I mean that is the beauty of it, and that's kind of like, and I wanted to have an audio only podcast, but you know what? Where I live, honestly, like I don't know how the podcasting consumer base is in Vegas, but around my area, at least in this city specifically, not that many people listen to podcasts, and if they do, they're just kind of catching on to them now. I noticed that about Miami, at least, because people here are still used to the traditional radio idea.
Oh. So, yeah, I haven't noticed anything in Vegas either. The only people I know that listens to podcasts are people on the internet. Like my friends and family, they don't listen to podcasts, except for like the few people that are just close friends. But no audio.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, and it's so hard nowadays to. It's hard for people to even make time for so much stuff now. I mean, with all the Netflix stuff going on and all the shows, and how do you keep up? I don't know how many. I realized that if I tried to watch all the things that are on Netflix that people are watching, I would not have time to do anything for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't do that much as it is anyway. I feel, but I'm. It's tough, man. Time management is like especially when you work a day job, also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I find
gotta
it
make
that
money.
I find it that I usually just put stuff on while I'm doing my work, so I get the gist of what's happening on the like what's happening on the side.
The background noise technique.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Sounds good to me. You guys are, but you guys are on Patreon, by the way. One Track Gamers.
Yep. It's just it's a small thing. Like only our good friend Wendell is the only person that sponsors it, because that was actually his idea, because he wanted to support us. That's fine with us. I mean, we are happy that people like our content. We don't mind that people don't pay for it. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just he wants to support us, and so we did it for him.
That's a great idea. Well, honestly, you're doing it for me too, because I do want to support you guys too. And it's funny, like the story behind that. Like I've been meaning to. It's funny because I always mean to contribute to your guys' to Patreon, and this is some behind the scenes stuff. Okay, so feel privileged, people at home. You guys are hearing some personal talk. But I always mean to, because the thing is, I already have a certain place that my money, like a little $2 or $3 a month thing that I don't want to put on blast, that I keep meaning to cancel my subscription for. Because I don't use that service anymore. So I'm like, all right, I need to cancel that, and I need to move that over to the One Track Gamer Show, because I do want to see you guys expand, and I really love your show. And if there's anything that I can do to help the show, I want to do that, because it's fun, man. Trust me, I listen to it I look forward to it every Tuesday. And I really admire the fact that you keep it consistent. That's very, very cool.
I try to.
Hey, you do a good job.
There's like a delay.
But that's every so often. That's I've been keeping up with you guys for over a year, so I've seen you. I've seen you week after week. You know what I mean? And you guys are doing it, and that's the cool thing. So it's a fun show. I guess we're gonna wrap it up at this point. It's been an awesome time talking with you, man. Hope to have you on the show again. It's like I said, man, I love watching your show. If you guys want to follow me, guys, it's at Alzar Chan. If you guys want to follow the show, it's at Shut Up Let's Talk on Twitter, Facebook, Insta, blah, blah, blah. We're all over the place, okay? All social schmedias. John, where can they follow you?
You can follow us at One Track Gamers on Twitter. That's probably where the most you'll see from us, is just from that main Twitter thing.
I love you guys on Twitter. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And definitely, man. And you know what, guys? Thank you so much for joining us on episode 12 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. And it's been, I can't believe the episodes are just rolling on by, man. We are just doing it. It's been a good time. Until next time, folks, feel free to check out John. Bother him all the time. Tell him that his podcast is the best, because it's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. And in the meantime, we will catch up with you folks later. Love, peace, chicken grease. Until next time, thank you so much, brother man.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.